Hello and welcome to HDpiano, you're with Dion. Today we're learning how to play Some Nights by Fun. In this part 1 video we'll learn how to play the a cappella intro, which is the section before there's any piano. So we're going to play the voices on the keys. It's going to sound like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're playing this kind of multi-harmony part on the piano, which means we've got a lot of chords to play, we've got a lot of harmony to use, and that's exciting. Now, as always, the rest of the song is going to be over at HDpiano, so make sure you follow me there to learn all the rest of the sections, including the rest of the intro when the piano arrives. We're going to look at the left hand first here because the left hand's a bit more consistent than the right hand throughout this song. So we're going to start with the left hand playing a C major chord. We are 1 octave below middle C. Middle C is right here. And we're just in the octave below, playing C major in root position. So we have C, E, and G. In the first bar of this song, we're going to play this chord 3 times. And then we're going to simplify it a bit by taking out the middle note, which is E. So we play the full chord on beats 1, beat 2 and 2 and then the hollow chord on beat 3 and 4. So we have 1, 2 and 3, 4. The second bar, we shift down to a hollow F major chord. So we just have the bottom note and the upper note. So we have F and C. And we pulse on that 4 times on 8th notes. So we have 1 and 2 and beat 3, come back to the C major shape, play the open chord, and then the full chord. Those are on beats 3 and 4. So we have 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Those 2 bars together, we have starting on C, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. The third bar, we return to our F position. We play nothing on beat 1, we come in on beat 1 and, so there's a little rest there for half a beat. 1 and 2 and, so similar to bar 2, but just not playing on that first count. 1 and 2 and 3 with the open chord. On beat 4, we hit the full chord again. And on beat 4 and, we play the open chord. Hold that for 1 count, which means on beat 1 end of the next bar, we're going to play octaves on that G. I'll play it through so you know how it sounds. We have 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. So we've got a little bit of syncopation in that later stage of that third bar, playing on 4 and then on 1 end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. The right hand we're going to introduce now for those 4 bars. We're starting with single notes on middle C. So we're going to link that in with the left hand as it sits. So the first 3 hits are the left hand playing that full chord, the right hand playing just single Cs. As the left hand drops that middle note, it kind of magically reappears in the right hand an octave above. So we're now playing C and E. And we're going to expand that chord even further in the right to include C, E, and G. We're going to expand to that G on beat 3 and then link back together on beat 4 with the left hand. So the right hand by itself, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Putting them together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next bar, left hand move down to the F major shape. Right hand is going to play F major in second inversion. We have C, F, and A. It's going to link in with that left hand open chord shape. For the first 3 hits, the right hand plays F major. On the 4th hit, it plays our C major chord, but our left hand is staying on the F. When the left hand comes up to meet the C, we drop the top note of the C major chord in the right hand. And then we have a little kind of gallop note run down. I call gallop because, I mean, this song evokes a little bit of fun and horses, I suppose, if you're into those. That's my way of saying we have some 16th notes included here, which is this little rundown from D to C. So we have this little run-off from D to C at the end of that bar. Left hand comes up from C to meet the C chord. Full chord in the bottom, remember, for this last bit, as we do our rundown from D to C. Let's play those 2 bars. We have, starting with C in the right, C major chord in the left. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I forgot to count my 16ths in there, but you get the idea. That little one runs off technically on a 4E. 4E-ander. So that's the first 2 bars. Next 2 bars, left hand moves down to the F, right hand plays the F major chord, and it is similar to the second bar, but we're just chopping off that first, I guess, beat in the bar. 1 and 2 and 3. So this is the same as bar 2, just without that playing on beat 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Our left hand's playing the full chord, right hand plays C by itself. Then the right hand is going to play a kind of a G major shape. We're going to do a G in the left hands. We've got the octave Gs, and the right hand is going to do a B and D at the same time. So that bar, well, it's 2 bars. We have the Fs on one end, 1 and 2 and, coming down through the C major shape, joining up with C in the left hand on beat 3. On 4, that top note in the right moves down to the left for a full chord in the bottom. We then move to our G shape in the right hand and then meet it with the G in the left hand. So altogether sounds like this. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. Moving on to the next 4 bars. The left hand stays similar-ish, so I'm going to point out the differences here. We still start like we did at the very start, but on 4 and of this bar, we're going to add in another C by itself. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Leading into the next bar, we're going to start with that same C, but it's going to lead into our F shape. So compared to bar 2, we don't start with that F at the bottom of our first hit. It's just the C. But the rest of the bar is the same. So we have those 2 bars to the left. So I'm transitioning on that C to my thumb on beat 1. You can do it on beat 4 and if you wish. Entirely up to you. I find it easiest to transfer at that particular time. But have an experiment with that. So I'm doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Right hand included, starts the same. That's where bar 1 finishes. This time, as that left hand plays the extra note on 4 and, right hand's going to play an F major chord. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So right hand shifts, but the left hand stays on that C. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Drop the left to our new shape, starting just with C though. So other than that start of the bar with just the C and not the F, it's identical to the second bar. Sounds like this just by itself. 3 and 4 and 1. Just like so. Now we're heading into the home stretch here. A couple more bars to go. Now this song is called Some Nights. Well, in the comments below, tell me about the most outrageously fun night you've ever had. I want to hear all about it in the comments. So let me know about your some night. Okay, last 2 bars of this intro. We're similar again to the last 2 bars, or bars 3 and 4 that we learned just prior. So we're pausing on beat 1, 1 and 2 and 3, but we're gonna pulse on a little bit more, add another syllable into these lyrics. So the left hand starts with that F shape, pausing on beat 1, coming on 1 and 2 and, move up to the C shape on 3, and again on 3 and, on beat 4, fill out the chord, 4 and, goes hollow again. And we're going to link that into our 1 and on the octave G. So we have 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, just by itself. Right hand, again, starts similarly. So we have on the F major chord, 1 and 2. The right hand moves to C before the left. Left hand catches up. On the 3 and the 3 and, on beat 4, right hand simplifies to just a C by itself. And that's when the left hand fills in that chord instead. Then on 4 and, left hand chord opens up, right hand becomes G major, and met with that lower G on beat 1 and. So the right hand by itself, for those last 2 bars, we have 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. Together, it sounds like this. 3 and 4 and 1. Now after this point, the piano comes in. So we're going to switch to the piano accompaniment for the rest of the intro. So you've learned all the parts there. They've been going nice and slowly so far. We're going to put it all together at that nice slow speed, and then maybe try again at the full speed. So starting from the start at a slow tempo, we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Two, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. How'd you go at that slower speed? All right, if you're ready, we're going to try at full speed, see how we go. It's a tricky one, so please take your time. Lots of practice to get it up to full speed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Okay, so we're going to see you over at HDpiano for the rest of the song. While you're online, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, checking us out on Instagram, and submit your requests for songs at requests.hdpiano.com. It's easy. You can vote for your favorites. My name is Dion. I'll see you again very soon, and bye for now.